extensive list includes the Hampton Police Department, William and Mary Police Department, Virginia Marine Resources Commission, the Chesapeake Corrections Response Team, the Virginia Beach Corrections Response Team, and Hampton City Schools Transportation. We would also like to acknowledge the overwhelming amount of citizen volunteers that aided us in this search, as well as the many citizens and businesses that provided donations of food and supplies. Your assistance means the world to us, and you have helped more than you will ever know. At this time, please welcome Chief Talbot to the podium.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the stream. We'll talk after the presser. I'll adjust the volume as needed.
Okay, again, I'm Mark Talbot. I'm the police chief for the Hampton Police Division. I'd like to echo Sergeant Williams' comments and thank our partner agencies, thank the public for all of their support. Without them, we would not have been able to travel as far as we've been able to travel in this investigation at this point. This is easily one of the most comprehensive investigations that I've been a part of, and it will continue to be. I would just like to remind everybody we are all assembled here on behalf of 4-year-old Codi Bigsby. Codi Bigsby was reported missing by his father on January 31st at about 9 o'clock in the morning. Mr. Cory Bigsby, who is a 43-year-old male, called 911 and reported that his 4-year-old son, Codi, was missing. Mr. Bigsby reported that his son was missing from his home on Ranalet Drive here in the city of Hampton. The Hampton Police Division responded, including our patrol division and our detective bureau as well. We immediately began searching inside and outside of the residence. Following our search of the residence and search of the surrounding area, we immediately contacted our partner agencies and deployed as many resources as we possibly could on that first day. That has continued up until today. While we were searching, Mr. Bigsby and his children were transported to our detective bureau to help us with the investigation. Mr. Bigsby ultimately, through the investigation that we conducted, was arrested and charged with 7 counts of felony child neglect. This was based on his report of leaving his children home alone. He reported that he left home alone his 5-year-old, his 4-year-old, and his 2-year-old twins. This was reported to have occurred on numerous occasions. He reported that it was too much of a burden to bring his kids along with him. Our investigation is not over. It will not end with that arrest. In fact, in some ways, our investigation is going to start and become more intense now. Our partners, in particular our partners with the FBI, have provided us with an extensive amount of forensic data for us to review and process and follow up on. That will take an extended period of time. We have many interviews to conduct. We still have areas to search, and we have many leads to follow. We will not stop here with this arrest. With that, do you have any questions?
That's it.
Hey, Chief, you had said that, well, I'm trying to find out, can you say when the last time that Codi was actually seen by someone outside of his father or his family? And I say that in part because the court records indicate that on January 25th, one of the charges pertained to leaving him alone on January 25th. I don't know if there's evidence that outside of the father for that, or what is the evidence that you have? When was the last time he was seen?
I obviously won't speak to the evidence that we have specifically. We are still investigating the last time that Cody was seen alive and well by anyone. So if there's anybody out there that might be able to help us with that, we would like to know. The charges that speak to the events that occurred on January 25th are based on what we've done up until this point in the investigation.
Being that there was no Amber Alert issue, would Hampton Police Department be willing to stand behind the Codi Alert that would alert citizens in a local area of a kid going missing, even if it just starts locally and expands from there? Would the Hampton Police Department support something like that?
I'd like to continue to focus on Codi Bigsby as the primary focus right now. At some point moving forward, I think there will be a lot of time to evaluate whether or not we do the right thing to keep all kids safe. I will say Amber Alert is a great tool. It was created in 1996. In 2022, we're all connected. I don't think that we had any difficulty getting the word out about this missing child, and to this day, we're not having any difficulty with that.
Chief, one of the biggest questions that people are having in the community is, where is Cody's mother? Is she being questioned? What can you tell us to kind of put some of these questions that folks have to bed as to why she's not out here scouring and searching for her son as well?
I appreciate everybody who's concerned and has those types of questions. I think we should all have questions when a 4-year-old child goes missing. We know where his mother is. We've spoken to her, and she has answered our questions.
Is there someone else that could be involved in the disappearance of Cody that you're looking into, that maybe worked with him? Is that a possibility that you're looking into?
We've found no evidence to support someone else is involved.
Chief, this is Bianca, Field Michael. I just have a quick question. Are you guys looking outside of the state of Virginia, maybe to some areas in D.C. at this moment, or your focus is just Hampton, Virginia?
Certainly, we're interested in any information that would lead someone to believe he's outside of the city of Hampton or the state of Virginia. We're certainly interested in that. Again, we have no information or facts or reasonable belief that that's the case.
Don't say no to Virginia also. I don't know how to.
Is that a question?
No, I'm just saying.
Okay. Sir.
Is it still, Chief, is it still your belief that Cody Bigsby can be found alive? Do you still believe that 5 days after he was reported missing?
I will tell you that we are continuing to search and hope that we can bring Cody Bigsby home. With each day that passes, we become more and more concerned, and we lose a little bit more hope. Obviously, the longer we go, the more tragic it feels.
Chief, is there any reason y'all was doing searches at Hermstides today, and what about Starbucks, and what about the like?
Yes, where we search, we have a reason to search.
Chief, is there any evidence that you found that Child Protective Services has intervened in Cody Bigsby's family for follow-up? Like, I know that there's
It would be inappropriate for me to answer that question.
Why does law enforcement only allow 50 citizens a day to assist, and would that be a regular practice to not let more of the community assist? Because there were hundreds of people that wanted to help, and they were turned away from helping. So is that going to be a regular occurrence if a 4-year-old goes missing? There's only 50 citizens allowed to assist?
We encouraged the public's participation. We had a tremendous amount, and we continue to get a tremendous amount of support from the public. We asked for a specific number of citizens to help us on a particular day. We didn't want to extend our resources beyond what we could handle. The public is always welcome to go out, check their yards, check their trash cans, check areas that they may know, recheck what you know that we did. We are certainly not sitting in some space where we want to prevent people from helping. But we got a significant amount of public support, which we appreciate.
Chief, is Cory Bigsby still cooperating and answering your questions at this time?
He is in a jail cell right now.
Chief, why was it so hard on yesterday for his lawyer to get into the jail and speak with his with the father? Why was the lawyer denied access on yesterday to speak to his client?
Thank you. Mr. Bigsby is a 43-year-old man who's had a full career in the Army. He retired from a position of authority. He seems to be quite intelligent. He seems to be quite capable. And part of his capabilities seems to be understanding his rights. At no time did he request to see an attorney. Had he made such a request, we would have honored that request.
Do you know, did the children have like a regular babysitter? Who were they in contact with? Where are the other kids now?
Rhoda.
We are not aware of a babysitter.
Where are the other children?
They're safe and thriving.
A few days ago, you said abduction was just not what the evidence was pointing to, and abduction usually is some kind of violent act. Is there a chance he was handed off to a family member, and a family member took that, or would you put that under the umbrella of abduction?
There's no evidence that he was handed off to a family member. I will say I've known a few 4-year-olds in my life. I don't know any who decide at any hour of the morning when it's dark to leave their home. I don't know any that do that. I don't believe that that's what happened this time either.
Chief, allegedly, they say he was not here. Y'all said on news multiple times, he was here voluntarily. It's alleged that he was not here voluntarily. Who was stay here for 4 days and a child missing? Was he held against his will or in custody?
Next question, please.
Ooh!
So that's a yes or no.
Was he held against his will?
I
Rhoda!
think I answered. I think
You didn't answer.
I'll repeat my response. I'll repeat my response from earlier. Mr. Bigsby is a 43-year-old man with a full career in the United States Army. I'm going to finish my response, miss.
Was he
I'm
here
gonna finish my
voluntarily? It's a
response.
yes or no answer, sir.
He
Rhoda!
was a capable man who had
Still have
every
that question.
opportunity to ask for an attorney. He did not make such a request.
That was
If he
not the
would have
question.
made that request, we would have
That was
honored
not
it.
the question.
We have
Rhoda.
his family here. Can we hear from them? Can we hear from his
Next question,
family?
please.
Excuse me, Chief.
We have his family here. Can we hear from his family?
Charges of neglect have come about had this
He was held
little
against his
boy
will.
not gone to
I'm sorry, could you repeat your question?
With the charges of neglect that are being brought against Mr. Bigsby, would they have come about if this little boy had not gone missing?
I cannot answer that question. That would be speculation.
When it comes to the search over the next few days, is VDEM, is anybody pulling out resources, or it's still going full force? Do we have enough resources to keep going full force?
We will continue to investigate all the leads that we have available and search the areas where we need to search.
All agencies still helping if they can?
Yes, the agencies that have been helping have agreed to continue to help.
Chief, do you have a reason to believe that Codi Bigsby is alive?
Each day, it becomes harder and harder to believe that Codi Bigsby is alive and well.
Chief, can you say when the last time his mother spoke to Cody?
No, I cannot say.
Do you know when the last time?
I do not know.
Has she been asked that question?
It would be inappropriate for me to answer that question.
Chief, I don't know if you can answer this. So when Cory contacted you all that his son was missing, had he returned from one of these situations where he had left the children at home, came home, and Cody was missing, or can you not comment on that?
I'm not going to comment on that.
Hey, Chief, for the record, some people, regardless of their educational background, still are not aware that they have the right to an attorney. So that being said, did he at any time notify that he would have an attorney, or if someone's family hires a lawyer to go see their client, isn't it permissible for the attorney to go see that person? Or that
Sir, again, for everybody, I'm here for a 4-year-old child. I'm here for a 4-year-old child. His father was made aware of his rights. His father was absolutely made aware of his rights. We will continue to do everything possible to find his sons, or his child, that is permissible and appropriate. We've never taken a step that was impermissible or inappropriate.
Chief, can I ask you, I know 2 days ago in a press conference, you said you do not believe that Cody may have gone missing when the 2 a.m. time that was originally put out. Can you say with confidence now that is not when he went missing?
What I said is that the facts that we had didn't match up with what we were being told in a number of cases. So we simply need to investigate more to determine when exactly he went missing.
Chief, for the record, we all are here for the child, but we all are here to also make sure y'all follow the laws that has been constituted. So everybody is required to have a fair trial. And we're supposed to be innocent until proven guilty, not guilty until we prove our innocence.
Chief, do you
Thank
feel like
you.
there's a disconnect between the community, law enforcement, and city officials? Because the citizens still haven't heard anything from the mayor. We still haven't heard anything from city council. And you're the chief of police and the city manager. These are who the city looks up to. And a lot of the community feels like there wasn't as much of a sense of urgency for this 4-year-old you keep mentioning as there should be. You feel as if there was a stronger local leadership, this would have been on CNN, Fox News, and every other outlet to try to find this 4-year-old.
Can't control
He
that,
has been tirelessly searching for the last 4 days voluntarily. So do you feel as if there's a disconnect between law enforcement, city officials, and the community?
No. We've been supported completely. We've been supported by the mayor, the city manager, the assistant city manager, by other agencies. Fire chief is standing up here with us. We've had a significant amount of support. I am the police chief. This is my responsibility to lead this investigation. I've had everything that I've needed to lead this investigation. There is no disconnect. I will take one more question.
With the fact
I will
that
take
the-
one more question. Yes, ma'am.
We've asked for the public health and putting together a timeline of the last days before Cody was last seen. Has that been helpful? Have you been able to put together a timeline of his father's whereabouts and what he was doing?
We have a timeline that we're working on that still needs work. It's a work in progress. Thank you so much. Thank you.
If we could please ask the family questions. The family is here. So we would like to get both sides. The sister is here. So I don't know if
I'm thinking there's going to be more as far as maybe from the family. Maybe. I don't know. And I have a couple things that we can talk about as well. That's 757 out there. So to me, it's like they didn't really say anything too new as far as what's already been out on the news. Let me just, first of all, so, okay, for the people that were here last night, on last night's stream, remember there was a guy that left a comment on Facebook, and he said that he remodeled the home for the father of Cody, Cory, and that when he encountered this guy, that the guy was sketchy as hell, something like that. Maybe I could just pull it up, right? I redacted his name because I felt. Okay. So I redacted the name, but it says he bought a house in December that I remodeled. And that whole house thing is really weird. I had multiple people send me the addresses, one address, and I've looked it up, and I talked to TR this morning a little bit before the stream, and I've looked it up, and I just don't see Cory's name listed, but I don't know if there's a way around that, or I don't know if he was going to purchase it and then something happened and it just didn't go through. If somebody knows more about that, or somebody can actually look into that deeper, you just message me. If you don't have the address, I'll send it to you. But anyway, so he said he bought a house in December that I remodeled. Pretty sure he killed that boy. He was sketchy as hell. So remember I said I was going to reach out to this guy. Of course, I reached out to him like a minute before the stream, but he did reply back, and he didn't have much to say so far. Basically, he told me that he said he should have thought about posting before he spoke, because I guess he's being labeled a racist now, which to me, that has nothing to do with it. I think, especially when we're here on the live stream yesterday, well, we just wanted to know, and I saw a lot of the comments, we're just wondering what made him suspicious, like what exactly, because we're just interested. We want to know what kind of characteristics, mannerisms, And that's what the other person on Instagram was supposed to tell me, but she backed off and I called her. She forwarded my number to voicemail. At one point, she asked me if I work with police. I was like, no, I don't work with police. I've had that in the past where people think I work with police. I'm like, no, just because I'm pulling up court documents. I don't do it as much now sometimes, but back then when you would pull up court documents, people were like, oh my God, wow, you must be with the feds. I'm like, no, it's public information. You could just go to the website. So that lady, I never got to talk to her again. But unfortunately, this guy, I guess people got upset with him and they're labeling him a racist, which, yeah, I guess is not surprising, right? I don't know. So he seems like, I don't know if he's going to want to talk or not, but if you want a voice, man, we're just looking for the information about the father and his mannerisms and what happened and maybe even the home and stuff like that, man. We're not going to attack you here, but I wanted to give you guys a little update with that. A couple of things. Maybe we'll even do calls towards the end because I would love to hear your thoughts about the press conference. And something I wanted to pull up. Okay. So this, and thank you, Jazz, for sending me these links, as well as everybody else that sent me links to. I got some emails, people that have been communicating with me. I appreciate it. But let me just go into this first. Elizabeth, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you, Mel, for keeping us updated. You did a great job. Thank you so much. Gracias. Okay, so this was posted this morning, right? It says, Justin, court docs reveal about Cory Bigsby child neglect charges. Criminal complaint alleges Bigsby, this is December 13, admits to leaving 4-year-old Cody and his 2-year-old twin siblings home alone for 3 hours while he went to buy a vehicle in Norfolk. Now, I wonder what made him admit to this. And even on the press conference that we just watched, they kind of asked the lady, one of the reporters asked, I think it was a reporter, she was like, are these charges just coming now because you guys had him locked up? Or is it because like it was going to happen? And the guy didn't answer. So, I mean, this is, of course, it's not good behavior to leave the kids at home for hours. But at the same time, I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that have probably done that. They're not getting charges. I feel like obviously this was used to keep him in there. Ooh, I froze for a second. And it says here more, and I'm going to look at the link. Second complaint alleges Bigsby left same children plus 5-year-old sibling home alone for 2 hours, January 25th, less than a week before Cody was reported missing. So I guess this was a normal thing that he was doing, was like leaving the kids at home alone. And there was 4 kids in the house, 2 twins, Cody, and then the 5-year-old. Cody's 4. The other older one is 5. The twins, I believe, are 2, right? So we're going to take a look at that as well. And the thing, too, is I kind of want to hear your thoughts a little bit if we do the calls. Thank you, Denise, for the super chat. The thing, too, which was interesting, because I spoke to TR this morning, and TR was saying that, like, maybe the reason they didn't let that lawyer in, which is what the guy yesterday, I forgot his name, Flip something in the chat, was saying, was that the sister supposedly hired the attorney for the father. And what police are saying, hey, he's a grown man. He's not like, disabled, or like he's mentally aware. He's intelligent. He knows what he's doing. He's a grown adult. I guess he hasn't asked for a lawyer. Maybe those people don't believe that, but I guess he hasn't asked for a lawyer. So like what this other guy said, if they're in the middle of an interrogation and out of nowhere, somebody from the outside is like, hey, we got him a lawyer, but the guy that's being interrogated hasn't asked for a lawyer, then I don't think that they're going to go in there and stop in the middle of it and be like, hey, people are offering an attorney. If he already said at the beginning, no, he's fine with talking, he doesn't want a lawyer or whatever, then they're going to continue going. And there's a lot of things I want to show you too. There's the whole Starbucks situation that somebody reportedly said that they saw him at Starbucks, but then there was also a rebuttal that I saw, so I'm glad that I can show both sides of that. Let's watch this video clip first. Is this new? Or is this, did we watch this last night? I actually think this is new. There's 2 clips I wanted to show. Let's watch this one first. It's shorter.
New information about the charges against the father of a missing Hampton 4-year-old. As you know, police arrested Cory Bigsby last night. He is the father of Codi Bigsby.
Yeah, we want to turn to News 3 reporter Anthony Sabella. He did some digging, just got his hands on some new court documents. So Anthony is live. What can you tell us?
Hey, good morning, Blaine and Jessica. Yeah, so we've been talking all night about, what went into these 7 charges of child neglect. We know Cory Bigsby set to appear in court for his arraignment in about 15 minutes, so we went inside to see if they had any court documents available. They did. They had the 7 arrest warrants, but in those warrants also 2 criminal complaints, which give a little bit of backstory into those charges. And so we've been mentioning all morning long how they stem back to incidents that started over a month ago. One specific incident that this complaint talks about happened.
If he waived his rights, Honey said to an attorney, then legally they could not let one in. Interesting, right? That's what they kept saying. He's a grown adult. Jenna, thank you so much for the super chat. Naming a dad as a person of interest when it's a possible child wandering off while unsupervised isn't the same. My concern is that it changes the search. I was surprised that they straight out named him like that. But I don't think they were ever going to let this guy go. And we don't know, I don't know this guy's personality at all. Maybe he's cocky. Maybe he's just like, I don't need a lawyer. You see some of those people, I don't need a lawyer. We've seen Ronnie O'Neal representing himself in court after being charged for like killing his ex-girlfriend, the mother of his child, and burning, did he kill a kid? I know he burned one of the kids alive. That child almost died. And then he's in court. Not only is he representing himself, but then he's cross-examining the son, his own son that he burnt and attacked and tried to kill. All right, so I'm not saying this guy's like that. We don't know his personality, so maybe he's like, no, I don't want an attorney. You know what I'm saying? Nana, thank you for the membership. Appreciate that, Nana Kim.
December 13th of last year, police in this complaint say that Cory Bigsby admitted to leaving his 4-year-old son Codi and Codi's twin siblings, who are 2 years old, home alone for about 3 hours while he went to Norfolk to buy a vehicle. And according to detectives in this complaint, Bigsby said that the children were, quote, too much of a burden to take out with him when he leaves his home. That's one occasion of this, of one of these evidence that leads to the child neglect charge. There is a second incident that is talked about in another complaint here. This one, January 25th. So if you're keeping count, that's less than a week before Codi went missing. Apparently, according to this court document, Cory admitted to leaving Codi home alone, his 2-year-old twin siblings, and then their 5-year-old sibling as well. So 4 children left home alone for a couple of hours on that day while he visited several locations, again saying, quote, the children were too much of a burden to take out with him when he leaves his home. So 4 children allegedly left home alone January 25th. 3 children underage allegedly left at home December 13th. That equals those 7 counts of child neglect that Cory Bigsby is facing this morning. Of course, I
wonder how they got him to admit to that. And why would he admit to that? They must have something on him. And I also want to say that I don't know what the previous chief was like, but I think Chief Talbot, I think he, as far as communication, I think he's doing a good job from what I've seen. I don't live in that community, so I don't know what it's like, how the previous one was. When I was talking to TR this morning, TR told me that Chief Talbot, he's actually new. He started July 2021. I like that he kind of owned up and took responsibility. I'm the chief, I'm responsible. I do agree, I guess, too, what some of the people in the community are saying, that why are they only accepting 50 volunteers when we have all these people that want to join and help out. I don't know, maybe it's logistics, maybe they have to keep track of what's being searched, I don't know. But I think, because when I saw the press conference the other day with the other guy that was standing next to him now, first of all, that guy didn't even take questions, and he was very short and abrupt. When I see Talbot talking, at least he's trying to communicate. At least we're getting more from him, even if it's kind of redundant, because apparently these police are leaking information or giving information to the media, or maybe the media is just looking up the records before it's out. That's possible too. But he's communicating, and he's taking on questions and criticism and everything else. So
Just got our hands on these documents. There is so much more to learn about this case. And in the meantime, Codi, of course, is still missing. The search still continues for him about 3 miles away from here. So we're going to go inside the courtroom here in just a few minutes for that 9 a.m. arraignment. Be sure to stick with News 3 on air and online for those updates. We're live here in Hampton. Anthony Sabella, News 3.
Anthony Sabella.
Okay, I was just messaging the guy now too that I've been talking to. Oh, and before we end the stream too, there's a petition that we got to talk about that I actually forgot to put in the links. Let me put that in the links real quick. We're going to talk about this guy after we before the calls, but after we get through the things I want to show you with Codi. Which this is kind of a messed up situation. It would be nice if we can get this petition to 2,500 if possible. Jennifer Coffin Daffers shared it as well, which I thought was really nice. So we're going to talk about that in a minute. Okay, let's do this. Let's do the Starbucks situation. And this is one of those things that, you know, don't take it as a fact. You know, I'm not saying the lady's lying. Maybe it was mistaken identity, but there is a rebuttal to this too. So I'm going to read this for you guys. And then, ooh, it says I lost everybody. What's going on with the stream? Are we still here? Okay, we're still here. Streamlabs said there's 3 people watching. Comcast. No, we're still here though. That's weird. All right. Oh, and if you guys could hit like, please, I'd appreciate that. Really helps out the stream tremendously. Now it says 1 viewer. Okay, so it says, hey everyone, I got off of work early, so here's the update. A lot of people are missing info on threads I have commented on, so I'm making this thread for it. On Sunday afternoon, I went to Harris Teeter in Hampton to the Starbucks that's located inside the time was between 1:55 p.m. and 2:05 p.m. I got in line behind a woman and a little boy. While waiting in line, I started waving to the little boy, and he kept waving back. Then she picked him up, and he said hi to her, and she said hi back, and he and I continued waving and saying hi until they went to pick up the order. You guys see 1, 2? That is so weird. Let me just do a refresh. Oh, wow. I think we just lost everybody. No. There's some weird glitch going on because I refreshed. It says 1,800 now. I don't know what's going on. Something weird's going on. But as long... Ooh, now it dropped to 4. Bro. As long as we're still here, I guess we'll just ignore the numbers. Apparently there's only 5 people watching. The views keep dropping down. Wow. All right, let me open up the link. I just want to make sure. Yeah, no, there's a glitch going on. Something's going on because it's jumping up and down. Bruh. Okay, let's keep going. Poker face. Okay, so she placed the order for the small frappuccino. It had pink sprinkles on top. They moved to a table where he sat down and she stood there near him. I placed my order and went and sat facing him at the next table. He zoned out and she was trying to get his attention, and she lightly rubbed his chin and said, "Pay attention, Codi, I'm talking to you." At the time, I thought it might have been his mom. She was never addressed with a name, so their relation was not clear, which, by the way, people have claimed to have found her. There was somebody on Twitter. Rose sent me the name. I'm not going to share the name right now. I feel like I want to do more confirmation, but allegedly people have found the mother. She was a little heavy set with long dreads or locks. I don't know exactly what they are called. Uh-oh, canceled. Her hair was brown. I found out Tuesday morning that this little boy named Codi is missing from Hampton. Tuesday afternoon, around 1:30 p.m., I see a video on Facebook, where the police and FBI are telling everyone to go to the website and leave a tip if you've seen him. I go to the website and leave my tip. I'm on a thread where a lady tells me I need to call the police and report what I saw. I let her know I left a message on the website. She gives me the number to call for reporting tips to the police, so I call before I go into work and speak to someone on Wednesday. Wednesday night, I get a phone call while I'm on second break from an officer. I let her know everything I saw what they were wearing, the color of the woman's hair, the clothes, and what the woman said to the little boy. I got sent a picture of who the woman might be because because it was not his mom. I look at the picture and I am told it is Cory's sister. So that would make her Cody's aunt. Cody and his aunt were in Starbucks together. I let the police know that information and how I found out it was his aunt. I told the police officer about this group. Today, before I got into work, I get tagged in the video where the aunt is interviewed. I skipped ahead about 30 minutes. That's probably Rhoda. I had to go into work, so I couldn't watch everything. I paused the video, and there's Cody's aunt. Again, the same woman I saw in Starbucks with Cody. I have been told she has been saying on Sunday she was in Maryland. That's the whole rebuttal thing we're going to talk about. She's a liar. She was in Hampton in Starbucks with Cody. Harris Teeter has cameras, so it's my hope the police have seen the video and watched the parking lot to see what vehicle they got into, help determine a timeline. I'm going to attach my Starbucks receipt from Sunday. It also shows the date and what time I ordered and the location. I'm also attaching the screenshot I took of the video I saw today of Cody's aunt. In the 5 to 10 minutes I saw him and interacted with him, this really upsets me because he's such a sweet little boy and makes it very real to me. To me, he's not just some little boy that's missing. This hits home. I'll gladly point her out in a courtroom any day. Oof. So let's take a look at this picture. This is one of the things that are floating around, and it's kind of getting crazy on Facebook. Yeah, this whole glitching thing. Are you as long as the stream is smooth? Is the stream smooth for you guys too? Is it not like lagging? Even if the numbers are dropping and increasing, we can continue. I wanted to pull myself up real quick too to see what it looks like. I'm going to show you the receipt, and I also want to show you the rebuttal to that. Take a quick look. Okay, it looks fine. Yeah, it looks clear. And if you guys could hit like for me, please, I'd appreciate it. Who knows? Maybe the like's not even working. So the receipt, this is the receipt here. The woman posted January 30th, 2022, 2 p.m. So again, just for people, timeline reference, January 31st is the day that the father reports Cody missing. January 31st, Monday. And this woman's claiming this was on Sunday. Now, the aunt said that she hadn't seen Cody in about a week, but that they spoke to him, supposedly. The ex-husband spoke to him on Sunday. So this is her Starbucks receipt. And she's claiming, like, hey, I saw them. And my thing, especially after reading, my computer's actually pretty good. I have a pretty strong computer. I have a pretty dope computer. It could always be better, though, but I have a pretty sleek. I don't think it's the computer, and I don't think it's the internet. I think YouTube's glitching. So let me get you the rebuttal. A little distracted with the glitch, the weird glitch we got going on. So somebody said this. I guess this was somebody in the family. It says, for humanity, but my hope is being depleted. For everyone who truly cares about finding my brother, thank you. You mean more to me than you will ever know. You are a blessing to this world, and we need more people like you. Please keep looking for my brother. My heart tells me we can find him if we just keep trying. Please don't stop trying. And for those saying, saying my aunt was with Cody at Harris Teeter on Sunday, she has evidence of her whereabouts on Sunday, and she wasn't even in the state of Virginia. That's why your ignorance is being ignored by the police. So to be fair, the police said so far there's no evidence of any other involvement so far. So we got to be. So I don't know what to think of this, but this woman seems pretty certain about what she saw. Because I was thinking mistaken identity, but I mean she's very descriptive and detailed, and even has the receipt, and she was there. So I don't know, and even the address, Harris Teeter. She should have recorded. It would have been interesting if she would have recorded that, or actually taken some images or something. That would have been crazy. So that's that part. Now there's something else too that I want to share with you guys. And the guy responded back. Okay, I'm gonna slow the chat a little bit for BL, but BL or any other mods, don't even worry about the chat. Like, I'll slow it down a little bit, but don't, like, after a while, it's just like, there's nothing you can do. You just gotta let shit ride, you know what I'm saying? Just let it go. Close your eyes. Just close your eyes, BL. Just randomly click. Just close your eyes and, like, press buttons on the screen. Put a bandana. This is the test, the true test. You gotta put a bandana, blind yourself, and just feel it. Just feel the chat, you know what I'm saying? Okay. So this is kind of interesting as well. And this is from Rhoda. Okay, Rhoda, I like. We saw her for the first time yesterday. And she has a whole business set up too. Sally said it to me. I was like, wow, she's serious. She's about her thing. But so she had a phone conversation. This was posted an hour ago. Speaks with the Bigsby sister via telephone after his court case this morning. Which I don't know what came up with that. If maybe that's just it. But let's listen to what they had to say. And her channel and links and all that stuff, that's in the description. All right?
Hello.
Hey, baby, did you did talk to your brother yet?
They did the hearing, and the bond hearing is set for Tuesday.
So that's
all they did today was set the bond hearing. So I'll be down here.
Okay. Did they let his lawyer talk to him?
I guess his lawyer probably is talking to him now, because I'm sure he probably didn't get to do it beforehand.
Right.
Because everything was so late in the evening. So I know he probably didn't get to do it beforehand, but his lawyer definitely was in court this morning, because I left a message last night when I was sitting in the truck.
Right. What you left a message with the lawyer?
With the lawyer, yeah.
Well, now you need to ask the lawyer to figure out why he's not able to make no phone calls home.
Oh, she's
right. And I'm figuring at this point he should be.
Right.
And at this point he should even be able to get visits. He's locked up now.
Exactly. And another thing, when I went to jail, me and my husband got into an altercation. I went to jail. I didn't know nobody's phone number because I was so dependent on the phone. So he might not know your number. So you might need to give his lawyer your number in case he forgot your number.
Right. And I know he don't know my number, but he know his daughter.
Okay, she is live. I think she's live. So we're gonna finish this, and I'm gonna put her on. And I did get a response from the guy too. The guy that said that Cory's super sketch.
The number, because that's who phone he called last night when we was talking to him.
So he did get to talk to the daughter.
Yeah, remember she was in the truck when she was crying and stuff, and I got out looking for her. That's why she had walked off.
Oh, I didn't see that part. Where you was at? What, that was on regular news or where?
It was his.
Because I'm the one that seen you outside the courthouse.
Right. And I thought you seen. So yeah, I did talk to him, and his lawyer is here. I will make sure. I know he knows his daughter number. Okay. I do know that.
Right.
At some rate, he will have my number.
Right. But
either if the lawyer give it to him or
his daughter.
Right.
What kind of treatment did his daughter say he's getting inside of the jail?
She didn't. I don't even think we got that far.
Well, see if y'all can get some canteen or something down there for him, because the more days he's staying there, if he don't have money on the book, his thing gonna add up and he'll never be able to get snap money. I know that's not important, but people want to buy their own deodorant and stuff like that.
Nah, everything is important.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
Yeah. How his daughter feeling right now? How old is she?
21.
21. How's she feeling right now?
I mean, everybody's feeling the same way.
Yeah. I hope I can't say I hope. Well, I pray that he get a bond, because I don't know if he did it or not. So don't nobody knows. People need to start assuming until they find out. You know what I'm saying? So
exactly.
I'm just praying that everything be fair. Because if something did happen to the baby and he didn't do it, what if they got the wrong person in custody? He can't look for his own child.
My point exactly.
That would be crazy.
That's exactly the.
Thank you for the 1,000 likes. Appreciate it, guys.
the statement I've been trying to make all along.
Yeah. So, you know, we're supposed to be innocent until proven guilty, but it's now they say the court says you guilty until you prove yourself.
Exactly. You're guilty till proven innocent.
They trying to get me to interview this lady at Starbucks, right? And I'm like, this don't make sense. Why she keep posting, she seeing you and that damn baby. I'm not saying not damn baby, but the baby. You know how I talk. The baby.
Right.
Maybe I should reach out to that lady. Maybe we should get her on too. Starbucks lady.
Starbucks. It's kind of angry at me because if she seen you and the baby at Starbucks on Sunday, then the police would went and got the camera, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
I'm like, if you seen her with the baby, then all the detectives got to do is go pull the footage.
Exactly.
And
I wasn't here till Monday.
Right. And if you was on footage with the baby they're looking for, don't they know you'll be locked up too?
Exactly.
That's crazy. So everybody
make it make sense.
Make it
make sense.
That's what I'm trying to say. Make it make sense because it's not making sense. Like the first thing they looking for a baby. Somebody alleged that the baby was spattered at Starbucks on Sunday because they asked if you seen the baby anywhere, tell us. You tell the police that you called the detective and you said, I seen the baby and the aunt Sunday in Starbucks. You know the police going to look at the footage. If that sister you was with that baby, you would be in jail too. Because they would be saying then you did something to the baby. That got to be that got to be a lot on you. You know, now you been accused like you did something. That's crazy. I mean, like you can't even look for your nephew. But you've been tough, baby. You've been really, really, really tough because I've been on Snap, don't worry about it.
And that ain't even me. I'm not, you know, I'm not there, so I'm blocking out all that because I don't care nothing about what they saying.
Right.
I know the truth.
Right. Right. And I'm trying to figure out if he was nice enough to raise 4 kids, why would he take the life of one?
Exactly.
I mean, because you know the other kids would talk. If he, like anybody else could say my brother missing, so that don't make sense either. So I'm just praying that the baby be found safely, you know what I'm saying, and alive and well. Or if someone did something to the child, whomever did something to the child, be prosecuted. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
Right.
I love you, sister, and thank you for always talking to me, girl. I seen your ass go off on Channel 3 yesterday. I felt my girlfriend sent me the video on Channel 3. You ain't go off, but you had no patience for them. Like stop playing with me like this.
Exactly. Because that's me. Like, I'm going to walk away.
Right. You're going to see each other put words in my mouth.
Exactly.
Yeah, I love you, but keep my number and stuff stored, and
I will.
All right, and I'm praying for you and your family. I'm praying also for the baby. Still praying for the baby's safe return, because he's a Hampton. He blow my girl. They call my phone all day. Go Dave.
And I believe it. I believe he in somebody's house.
Yeah,
I really believe that.
I believe because he's a handsome young man, so you never know who wanted a baby. You know what I'm saying? Like kids do get kidnapped.
And a lot of people are saying that.
Kids do get kidnapped, and they might have took that baby, and now the police jumped on it so quick. Now they're petrified because then they know if they bring the baby back out, they going to jail, so they could be still hiding the baby in the house. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. I love you, and I'm praying for you and your family. I'm still praying for the safe return of the baby.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, love. Bye-bye.
Okay, so that was the phone call that Rhoda Young had with Cory's sister. And so it seems like she's kind of developed a rapport, I guess, with her, a kind of relationship, which is good because I think the sister's beyond talking to the media. Like you saw the video yesterday, she was like, nope, not having it. Okay. So we saw this. Make a little bit of space. Rhoda was live. I think she just ended it, but we're going to take a little look at it. Close out some of this. Oh, so let me get you the response first from this guy. The guy that remodeled the home. So he was nice enough to reply to me. I don't know if he's watching. If you are, man, thank you. But he said, first off, December. To start off, he didn't stay for the home inspection, and that doesn't mean anything, but that was the 20th home I've done in the neighborhood. And never had no owner do that before. Then upon him leaving, I noticed him like going out of his way to avoid contact. Not superstitious, but strong intuition, and something just seemed off. I don't expect you to understand. I get it. It was just the way I felt at the time. He had no kids with him, but that didn't matter to me at the time. He handed the home inspector a check. Home inspector said, "You're not staying." And home inspector said, "You're not staying." And he said, "No, I trust you." And I looked right at my coworker, not the home inspector, and whispered, "That's weird." And from that point on, I was clued in. So it was just like, I guess, a couple of things he thought was weird or out of character with this guy. I'd love to confirm the address with this guy. I kind of want to do that. Let me send him the address real quick. I can't find that guy's name. I should have looked up Cory Bigsby too. I probably could have seen what addresses he has under his name. But let's take a look a little bit while I do this. Let's take a look at Rhoda.
Hurt. I don't really.
And she has like commentary, it looks like, from the community. So let me do this. And thank you guys for coming by. I appreciate it, man. Appreciate you guys. Let's do this. Okay. So Rhoda was there. You know, we could hear her. So we're not going to rewatch what we just watched. I'm going to skip past it. But she was there.
Right. As if. Sister, yes, sister. How you doing, sister? We're here right now.
Oh, there's a sister. So we'll start from here.
I was here with you on yesterday and with your lawyer outside. And we was here and I did videotape while y'all was trying to get his lawyer inside of the courthouse. Were you able to get a lawyer inside the house, inside the courthouse?
They denied him his case.
Do you know why they denied you his lawyer?
They said he didn't ask for a lawyer, which he did.
Didn't his lawyer request to go in and see his client?
Yes, he did.
Do you feel like your brother's getting a fair?
No, I do not.
Do you think your brother kidnapped his baby or murdered his baby?
No, I do not.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, family.
Let me see. I don't see that address, the one that people have been sending me. I don't know, unless I need somebody that knows about that stuff. I see a different address. March 2020, this was purchased. I see a different address. Maybe this is the one. I don't know. Oh, that is the address. Okay, the address that people have been sending me is correct. It was confirmed by this guy. For some reason, I don't see that Cory's name on this address. I don't know if somebody like owns it and they just were like renting it to him. Maybe somebody can call on that. But this guy confirmed it, that is the address. There's like 2 people that sent me the address, so you guys are on point. TR. I think TR might have sent it. I know this other guy from last night. Was it Davenport News? That guy was on point. A couple of people, I think it was like 2 or 3 people sent me the address. You guys actually are right about that. His name is not on there for some reason, though. There is another address I found that I want to look at.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing? We are on the scene right now. The chief made a lot of accusations as if we wasn't here for the child, as if we're here for the father. I don't think none of us here for the father. I think we're here for the truth. Why do you think the chief would make an accusation like that?
I don't think he made an accusation. I think it's a sticky situation because we're dealing with a child.
Okay.
And I think they're trying to cover all the bases as well as preserve the integrity.
Possible, yeah. Possible. Let me take a look at that address.
Right. At the end of the day, I just want to see this little boy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that's everybody's main objective.
That's our objective.
People coming together, community, regardless of color, race, or anything. It's been an exhausting week.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate all the reporting you do. A lot of times we can't get to it. We see it on your news feed, and we appreciate you for that. From city to city, you go across state lines.
Thank you, thank you, and I appreciate you.
Right?
We'll hold the green and also the gold.
Yeah, the gold, green, and the gold.
Yes, hey, yes.
We all for Cody.
Hey, how you doing? We all for Cody. How you feel about the press conference on today?
Well, I do not feel good about the press conference by any means. There's obviously a bunch of loopholes that the city of Hampton has. He was.
Oh, possible. Okay. TR says iCkEdMeL shows being purchased in January, not December, so the records probably have not been updated yet. Okay.
Not clear in his first date. The Hampton Police Chief was not clear in saying, was he held on, on his, he was not voluntarily held, like, they put him there.
Right.
You know what I mean? He didn't voluntarily say, I want to stay here for 5 days. It's
Right.
very clear. And I do believe that he is incorrect when saying there isn't a disconnect.
Right.
There is a disconnect in the community. I've gone to plenty of city council meetings where the community fights and voice their opinions, and then where's the mayor? Where are the city council members? This is a 4-year-old missing child in our community.
Right.
And there's nothing that
This is so weird. So is your name Newport News? Mr. 205. I know you called in last night. I forgot what you were dubbing yourself as. I appreciate it. But he sent me another screenshot, and this is supposedly from the realtor. Check this out since we're on the topic. We'll keep watching this. I guess this is like just commentary from the community, but I'm going to keep pulling things up. And so with regards to that, because now this makes me think about the guy that did the remodeling, which I want to send him the screenshot of this too, just so he knows he's not crazy. Okay, so the message that was sent to me, the realtor claimed, okay, that she said every house that she looked at when he was trying to buy a house, he never wanted to go look at it. She said she always had to take a video and send it to him. Said he would never talk on the phone with her. He only wanted to text. Okay. Said November 26th, he came and looked at the house for 2 minutes and he had Cody with him. Said he had a mask and a hoodie with the hood on, so she couldn't even see him. Oh, the criminals are loving that mask stuff. Said the house was closed around January 15 and the new owner is supposed to be there when it's closed on. Said he came, signed the papers in the car and left. It closed January 11th according to Zillow. So I would say he does. So yeah, maybe TR's right. Maybe it just hasn't updated or I don't know what's going on. She said the FBI had reached out to her, so I'm sure they've been to the home. Interesting. And this home, when I Google Maps it, it's about 15 minutes away from the current apartment.
that's being done about it, that's emergent.
Do you think an Amber Alert should have been put out for Cody? And
Absolutely.
And why wasn't no Amber Alert out for Cody?
You know why there's no Amber Alert for Cody? Excuse me, I'm so upset. But there's no Amber Alert because of black and white. We have to go to the Senate to ask for those laws to be changed to trickle down to the local level. This is a fight, yes, but we have to make sure the people that are in the seat at the Senate are in the right seat and they're fighting for the things that we have right now. A law can't be changed. Words can't be changed. Words can be changed in the community. Words can be changed in the Virginia Code of Law. If it's not changed, we're going to continue to have things like this go on all the time. An Amber Alert is needed. They can say, an Amber Alert is needed for a person that may not have been abducted, but they've been missing.
I think that that whole thing, it really doesn't fit in the criteria, regardless of color. That's just the way they've done it. But I do feel that they should do something maybe for missing kids when they go missing. Just, people were, I remember people a while back were complaining about Amber Alerts. Oh, we're getting it at this time of night. Oh, I'm waking up. It's bothering me. It's interrupting me. People don't want to be bothered. I've heard people complaining about that. And maybe that's why their hesitation to add another alert into the mobile systems or whatever, which they're already recording and taking all our information and selling our information and making a ton of money and not giving us anything for it. But I think they should have some sort of alert for kids, just to, especially in the general area of where you live. Like, hey, there's this kid missing. If it doesn't fit in the criteria of an Amber Alert, just be on the lookout. Like, hey, here's a picture, whatever. Now, the chief was trying to say that, we have social media and all sorts of stuff, which is true. But at the same time, We saw when this lady was walking through the community, she was knocking on doors and there's people that didn't know about it. Some people not into social media. So I do think they should do something for kids, like some sort of alert or something like that. But this whole thing, I could just think off the top of my head, Michael Vaughn. They didn't do an Amber Alert for Michael Vaughn, right? I know they were trying to petition to get it done. Did they ever get it done? So it's the criteria. That's the situation with that they have set forth. And I think with that, I don't remember exactly what they ended up. They issued an endangered missing person alert, which I don't know that actually even goes to your phone. You know. Oh yeah, CodiAlert Petition. Let me see. There is a link for that somewhere. I can add that to the description. CodiAlert Petition. Oops. I typed in Cody and the Google changed it to COVID. And they're still trying to suggest the other thing. Jeez. Okay, so I'm going to put the link in the description. That's another one you can check out. I'll read it too real quick. If you guys want to check that out. They should do something. I don't know. Something in the system for the kids. The Citizens app does have good information, yeah.
Perfect, but we don't have that.
No problem.
I'm just upset. I hope Cody is found. Stay connected with me on Building Back Black at Building Back Black on Instagram and Facebook. Thank you, Rhoda.
Thank you.
I know.
Thank
I
you
shouldn't even say the C word.
Come on, how you doing, Brother Clay? How you doing?
How you doing, bro?
How you feel about this press conference today? I know Hampton Police is doing all they can do, and we're not here to put them down, but we're here to find Cody. How you feel about the press conference on today?
I think that you asked a very valid question because I was kind of confused myself, not knowing if he was held against his will.
Right.
Because a lot of people are veterans. I don't care if they got a bachelor's degree, master's degree. A lot of people don't understand the law and do not know, you know what I'm saying, their rights, that they have the right to ask for an attorney.
Right.
There's a difference if you have a piece of paper or something that and you letting the person know that was said after the fact.
Right.
You know, however, his family is saying something totally different, that he was unable to call.
Right.
You know, and to get an attorney because why? And then
They totally kept it away. Yeah.
I had somebody email me that's in real estate, so they're gonna look at it. I sent them the address. There's a thing that they use too. I thought it was called like MLR or something like that, right? ML something or MXR. I don't remember what it's called. There's something they use. They can a system or something they use.
And I'm not going to want to talk to him. That defies logic.
Right, and it's not. Go ahead, sir.
What's your relation to Cory?
I'm a local news reporter. I'm Channel 9 from on Facebook.
Okay.
Hey, look, let me ask you this as well. Do you think, I spoke with the sister on yesterday, matter of fact, this morning. The first time he was able to make a phone call home was last night.
MLS, thank you.
No,
yes.
Not at all, but at the same time, I think they're trying to squeeze him. You know, they're trying to lock him down like that, so maybe that he may
confess.
Just have a little
some
bit of
instances that may be needed,
connection.
but you got to make sure that you
Follow the law. As well. And guys, we are not saying that he's not guilty at all. That's not what we're saying.
Right.
What we're saying is the same way they put their knee on our neck when it comes to us breaking the law, we have to keep our knee on their neck when it comes to them enforcing the law.
Exactly.
Because a man, according to the United States Constitution, is innocent until proven guilty, not guilty until proven innocent.
And we see that we focus sometimes squarely on one person, and then you find out down the road we wasted a lot of time.
Right, and resources.
And we could have tracked down another.
Brother Clay, do you think they have evidence that they know that this child may be deceased and that's why they didn't enforce an Amber Alert? Do you think they have evidence against the father and saying that they know he maybe harmed or killed his son? Do you think that, do you think Kobe is still alive?
I'm hoping he's still alive, but at the same time, I don't think that they really know.
Right.
You know, I think that they brought them charges to hold him.
Right.
while they're still investigating, try to find out more, more information on what's going on. So anything to try to keep him in there, so because they're afraid that he may run. They may deep down inside have a deep concern that Cody may not be with us, and they want to hold him to try to gather as much evidence as they can to try to build a case, because they might think he may flee.
All right. So I think from there, let me see. Oh, wait. Does she talk to the sister? Let's just skip to I think she might be talking to the sister. Yeah.
He should know of Cody's wrongdoing. So
What do you think about those charges with abuse and neglect, the 7 counts?
I feel like those charges only came about because he had already retained counsel. If there was no counsel retained, you would still be holding him lying, saying he did voluntarily.
They reported it said BLM 757 makes everything a show yesterday. You had on brown boots yesterday?
No. I didn't say anything about BLM.
You definitely did.
I said something about BLM yesterday?
757. You had on brown boots yesterday, right?
Oh, Lord. So there's drama here. So this is 757. That's one of the groups that's out there. And I guess, I don't know if this is like an actual reporter, but.
Yeah, but I haven't said anything about BLM. Show me the proof.
Canceled.
4 different people that heard you say it when we were interviewing with
Say
Channel
what?
13 yesterday. That you said we make everything a show and about
I
us.
did not say that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But thank you for the accusation.
It's not an accusation. Y'all haven't covered anything we did. Y'all part of the problem, not letting stuff go natural.
We don't cover your stuff.
Is there an echo out here? Why the fuck you keep saying everything I say?
Your phone. Is that correct? So
It's kind of interesting too, because like this kind of stuff we would not see probably in the media. It would probably be edited up, chopped up and stuff. So there's a lot of tension out there. I just want to see what the sister has to say.
what do you say to your brother being turned counts?
I feel like it's bogus. I feel like it's bogus. He's only charged because we retained counsel.
How is he as a father? I mean, he had custody over these 4 kids. How is he as a dad?
My brother has always been a great dad. He's a great person. He made it look like this.
Audio's kind of tough. There's a lot of wind. They need I can't even remember what it's called. Whatever the the wind thing.
What
do they call it? I have them.
You spoke with your brother on you and his daughter spoke to him on last night. How is he doing mentally? Is he concerned about where his child is, and what did he say about being stuck in there for 4 days, not able to be out here to help us search for his child?
That he was held against his will.
That he was held against his will. Do he have any suspicions of where he think his baby may be?
That I don't know. I didn't ask. I did not ask. Those are the questions for his lawyer and for the whoever else is involved in that case. That I don't know.
Let me ask you this, sister, because you're a victim as well. How are you doing?
Clearly, not good. Clearly. All these bogus accusations, and do what y'all matters. Whatever you gotta do, do it.
What is it that you need from, what is it that
One
you
shoe.
need from us down here in the Hampton Roads area as far as the community? As advocates and business owners here to stand with you right now, what is it that you need from us?
Just the support in finding my nephew. That's it.
We got you.
We got you. We've been searching. We've been searching.
We about to get searched again right now.
We're going again today over there. So.
Where did you and Cory grow up? Not local, right? Maryland?
I thought it was about Cody, man. It ain't got nothing to do with where he grew up at and all that, man. It's about Cody, man, and the unfair treatment that Cory's getting. Like, where he grew up at is irrelevant. It's irrelevant right now. So you about to try to figure out and say where he grew up at, and then take where he grew up at and paint another picture that y'all know already painted. So that's irrelevant. We're not answering that question. So you want to answer that one? Yeah. I might let her answer that one.
What about he was in the Army? Did you say what he did in the Army?
That's irrelevant as well. I'm sure
Well,
the
I know
whole
he said he
police
had a
department.
good role in the Army. So
He did, with a very honorable discharge.
So a lot of these questions that you guys are answering, that
Can I ask a
the
question
police
before we go
already
there?
know.
Before we go there, let me ask you this: how do you feel as a family member the attitude and the disposition of Hampton Chief during his press conference?
I feel like he lied. There were questions that he couldn't even answer, and you know the answer, but why not answer them? Because you know you can't answer them truthfully. Exactly. Exactly.
I believe you. That's why I keep press conferences with certain people because they don't answer questions. I know how they go.
It's not about Cody towards them. It's not about him towards them. I'm gonna tell you the truth.
Retain a lawyer for you, regardless who answers or not. You got to let that lawyer go talk to you.
That's right.
And if he did ask for a lawyer, because what if the person don't know that the person, somebody retained a lawyer for you? You're in a whole.
The lawyer was turned away, man. He was turned away.
There's a lot of going back and forth about the attorney situation, which they came up in the press conference too, like we talked about. I don't know, man. The aunt could maybe not really know anything. She might not really know what's going on. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? The dad, to me, for sure, is suspicious just off of the details we've been told. I don't know. It's going to be really interesting to see how this turns out. And it's got to be a really tough position. I don't know. When you know stuff and you can't say it, and then people are just coming down on you,
That's what I'm saying.
She had the lawyer on camera yesterday saying that he was turned away. I was there. I saw him being turned away.
Then he went to the prosecutor office and they alleged that they was
closed. Nobody was there. So then he had to send an email to them. So once the email came out, that's when these charges come. So you got 4 days that you held him in there, no charges, no nothing. Now you get a lawyer. Now there's all these damn charges. Come on, man, cut the jokes, man.
All right, so tell me a little bit about Cody. How was he? What was he like as a person? Tell me about that.
Thank you. Thank y'all.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys for your transparency.
No, that's what you wanted. You wanted.
Yeah, and she's kind of she's done with the media, the actual media. She's not going to be talking to them.
Oh, yeah, we did ask one last question. One last question, I'm sorry. The mother, where's the mother? Where's the mother? Day 5.
Ask the police where the mother at.
Where's the mother? We keep looking.
And that's a good question. Where's the mother?
You tell us. What mother doesn't come out and politic for her lost son? What mother doesn't stand beside a police chief and say, find my son? I don't give a fuck if she's down here or not. Come on, man. But everybody worrying about the father. What about the mother?
Wow, that's a good question.
Sir, can I get your name? Because I think that's a good.
How you feel about everything going on, sweetheart? How you doing?
Well, I'm just sick to my stomach, first of all. Rhoda, I've been sick about this whole thing, and it's just so many different layers and levels to this thing. And even when you go to the store, you drive down the street, you can look in the faces of the people in this city and in this community, and everybody is hurt. I don't really give a fuck about what's going on with Mr. Bigsby. I want to know where this baby is. I want to know where this little brown boy is. And it's my prayer and my meditation that he is still alive, that he is okay, and he comes back to our community. That's what I'm trying to keep in the forefront of my mind. Positivity. But it's so hard when you're hearing evidence and you piecing shit together and you like, something just ain't sounding right.
What type of evidence have you heard about what's going on with this case?
Well, earlier today, somebody had posted in this Facebook group about a chick that was at Harris Teeter, at the Starbucks at Harris Teeter in Fox Hill on Sunday, who saw Cody and a lady, a black woman with dreadlocks up there buying coffee or whatever. And she said, she's waving at the little boy. You know how you do with kids in the store and stuff, right? And the lady called him Cody. I don't remember the exact phrase that she said she overheard, but she called him Cody. So when I saw in the Facebook group, the chick said, yo, it's a detective, unmarked car just pulled up to Starbucks. I live less than a mile down the road. Right. So I'm gone. So I went up there, ordered me a coffee, sat in the cafe, boom. Here comes the detective in an unmarked car. And she went up to the customer service desk. She went back there. She was waiting in the office, I guess, until they could get the footage pulled up. But even the employees that was in the store, like, everybody's hovering. Everybody wants answers and stuff. Even employees who are off today.
So they really did go and look and try to pull up the footage then.
Came up to Starbucks because we just want answers. But this whole thing about him being held like against his will, that's a little discerning.
But what it has to be. But at the end of the day, everybody do deserve the right to be treated fair.
Yeah.
Now we all are concerned about Codi, but at the end of the hour, we need to know what's really going on behind the scenes. And where we are right now, it looks as though we're concerned about him. No, we're behind the scenes and we're seeing what the police chief is doing and what the family is doing. And these are the things that we normally don't get to capture.
Right.
So behind the scenes, we're capturing what's going on between the police chief and what's going on between the family. And these are the things that's normally kept secret if it wasn't for cell phones and if it wasn't for activists coming out here and sharing what's going on.
Yeah, because y'all peeling back the layers of this onion.
All right, so yeah, you can watch the full video. I'll put the links in the description. She's doing a good job. It's interesting to see. There's a lot of tension out there, man. There's a lot of tension out there. People pissed off, angry, sad, upset. Okay, a couple of things. Let's just do this. Somebody emailed me this picture. I guess they're having, I don't know if this is official because I haven't looked at it, but I guess they're doing a prayer candlelight for Codi, Hampton Soccer Field, Sunday, 5:30 p.m. I could check the group, and then we're going to do the Codi alert, and then I want to get into the petition thing too. Kind of want to move it along a bit, so I don't forget some of this stuff. And then I'm going to timestamp after the stream too, so whoever's rewatching can skip to whatever part they want. Let me just see if they said anything about this in the Facebook group. Already, there's GoFundMe's apparently. I don't know anything about the GoFundMe's, y'all. And so, also, because somebody posted this, so if the police chief did say that supposedly there's no evidence to support that anyone else in the family is involved, so they're saying that Harris Teeter thing is not true. He admitted they were at Harris Teeter this morning. Did he? I didn't hear him say that. What? I don't know. We'll follow the Starbucks thing and see. Search day party. Okay. I should ask. I'm going to email this person back and see if it's official. Oh, Lord. No, TR, don't say that about the 757. Oh, my God. Let me see real quick what TR had to say. The president has a very long criminal history in several cities. Lord, no. Every time they come to town, they cause property damage, graffiti. They shut down the roads. They even shut down the interstate and the Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel. As this goes, it's going to get bad. Oh, Lord. Well, my focus is definitely not on them, but that's interesting to hear. All right. The Codi petition. Let's do that real quick. The Codi alert. And then we'll talk about this other story real quick. And then, I don't know if we want to do calls or we could just call it. Okay. Codi alert. This is what people are trying to get a petition going for. His disappearance exposed a major flaw in our alert system known as the Amber Alert. The flaw being that we're only alerted if the child is considered abducted. Due to there being no immediate alert, local citizens had to find out through the grapevine that there's a 4-year-old in their area instead of an emergency alert coming directly to their smart device. We would like to remedy this by creating an alternate alert system called the Codi Alert. The Codi Alert would resemble an Amber Alert with less red tape. Concerned citizens that wouldn't mind alerts like this coming to their phones could opt in or out. Well, that's cool. They could opt in or out of the amount of alerts they receive. We feel as if this simple fix could save many lives and alert concerned citizens during these unfortunate times. We hope to have your support, signature, and share. This situation, though, escalated really fast. I don't know if the time frame is correct as far as when Codi went missing, But as far as when the guy called 911, it did escalate fast. Let me ask you guys real quick. Should there be, let's do a little quick poll and then we'll move to the next one. Alternate alert system for kids. Yes or no? That goes to the phone. Okay. So, okay, I wanted to plug this in because there's a bit of a movement. And there's actually, I forgot to look at this. There's a floor plan for the apartment area too. But Jennifer shared this a couple hours ago, and Rose messaged me, and they just want this petition signed. I put the link in the description. It's not a lot of information. It's pretty brief, but I just wanted to plug this in. I signed this one already. So it says here. Let's see what their story is. Flip myself. Look. His victims deserve justice. Revoke Moss Worthington's bail now. So he bailed out. In November 2021, Moss arranged a pickup abduction of two 14-year-old girls from their school. The girls were found 10 days later, and Moss was taken into custody in Pima County, Tucson, Arizona. They're going to get me. He held his victims for 10 days and did the unimaginable to them, which they're alleging the R word. He held his victims for 10 days and did the unimaginable to them. When he was arrested and charged, the families got a little peace knowing he was behind bars. The girls were reunited with their families to begin their long road of healing. Moss was held on a $250,000 bond. Well, on January 21st, 2022, not even 2 months after he was charged with the horrific crimes, he was set free. Unsurprisingly. I feel like this whole bail thing, bond thing, and just some of these crimes, people being right back out on the streets, is really becoming like just this common occurrence thing. He was able to get a bond reduction to $50,000. Wow. Granted by the County Superior Court Judge James Marner. We need Moss bail revoked. He's a danger to society and the victims deserve better. I'm asking you to please sign this petition so we can help get these girls the justice they deserve, as well as show the irresponsibility, I guess, of Pima County by letting the evil predator free. Our judicial system has failed way too many times. It's up to us to change. Pima County, Arizona failed these girls. They have also failed their families who counted on them to do the right thing for their daughters. These girls deserve justice, and this predator allegedly, there's an article too we're going to look at. 33-year-old man needs to be off the streets where he can't hurt anyone. I for one will not sit quiet and let this happen. Why is it so easy for predators to go free? Make it make sense. Justice for his victims. Sorry about the horrible reading. I do have a little video too. There's some, I only saw 2 articles. I didn't like deeply look, but I saw 2 articles. This is like a really small thing. It's not like major headlines or anything, but it says he was arrested on suspicion of 2 counts of luring a minor for sexual exploitation, 11 counts of sexual conduct with a minor, and 2 counts of custodial interference, which is interesting. Custodial interference, maybe because he took them and kept them, or are they related to him? I don't know. So on November 22nd, there were 2 14-year-old girls reported missing after being engaged in social media interactions with a man. On December 1st, probable cause was established that the teens were in the company of a Worthington Police of Worthington. What? Moss Oren Worthington. Oh, okay. It's Worthington's here and it's Worthington. Okay. I'm just tripping. Don't mind me. Did a horrible presentation of this. So he had been reportedly corresponding with one of the teenagers via social media for several weeks. They're safe now, and the DCS is involved. This article here had a little bit of a video clip too that we could watch. I only saw one video clip of this.
We do have some breaking news into our newsroom. The Oro Valley Police Department has made an arrest in a sexual exploitation of a minor case. News 4 Tucson's Chorus Nylander joining us in studio with those details. Chorus.
Well, Priscilla, what we know right now is Moth Worthington has been booked in the Pima County Jail tonight. He's facing charges related to sexual.
93% said we should have an alternate system in the chat for an alert for kids.
Conduct with two teens in Oro Valley. Oro Valley police say while searching for the two teenage girls, they found evidence leading them to get a search warrant for Worthington's apartment. When they arrived at the apartment, they found the two teenage girls there. Police say that Worthington had been in contact with one of the females via social media for several weeks. He's now charged with 2 counts of luring a minor for sexual exploitation, 11 counts of sexual conduct with a minor, and 2 counts of custodial interference. Oro Valley police say their investigators believe Worthington had been in contact with one of the girls on social media for several weeks before their disappearance. We're going to continue following this case. Chorus Nylander, News 4 Tucson.
All right.
So I put the petition for that. I think, I don't know if the family directly, but people are looking just to get this guy off the streets. They don't feel that his bond should have been reduced, and now this guy's out. And who knows if he's going to do it again or what's going to happen. So the link is in the description. Moss Worthington. All right. And yeah, check that out after. Now, really quick, too, I hear people talking about Summer Wells. I never covered the story, but today would be her birthday. So happy birthday to Summer Wells. I know it's a really deep story and situation for many people, especially that have been there day one. There was, let me see, I don't know if I can play this.
Missing them and longing for them. And
yeah, I think they made a video. I think I can play it. If not, we'll find out after. Just do this real quick.
Swear I won't forget this, why do I regret this? In my mind reckless, thoughts are feeling endless. Sitting up I'm breathless, anxiety's infectious. I feel so defenseless, betrayed and embarrassed. I hate being open, I hate being broken. I feel like an ocean filled up with emotion. Anger ain't a potion, rub it on like lotion. I can feel it soaking, reopen, the scars have awoken. I can't move on till I let go. I feel so lost, never at home. Need to be strong, every breath hope. Cause I can't move on till I let go. I can't move on till I let go. I feel so lost, never at home. Need to be strong, every breath hope. Cause I can't move on till I let go. The pain makes it real, I don't wanna feel, I just wanna kill the bad thoughts and steal a good thought and feel. I'm just lost to feel, I'm just lost to feel. I need time to heal, I can't steer the wheel. Cause this drive it kills, and it gives me chills. A nice road it feels, I slip off the peel and crash all the steel. Will I ever heal? I can't move on till I let go. I feel so lost, never at home. Need to be strong, every breath hope. Cause I can't move on till I let go. I can't move on till I let go. I feel so lost, never at home. Need to be strong, every breath hope. Cause I can't move on till I let go.
Yeah, and I'm not saying the parents did. Like I said, I don't know the details, but I know some people have said they felt like they did. I know it's a whole mess. That story is crazy. I forgot what I was covering at the time that I didn't cover Summer. Now it just feels like, oh my God, to try to to try to cover Summer Wells. Oof, I don't know. It's a lot. And I think there's a lot of people covering it. You think so? Oh, look, they even got them there, right? I'm sure there's people that feel all kinds of ways watching this video, right? YouTube's probably going to go crazy with this one. The creators. That's the video there. Hopefully they don't try to come and claim me. Get that iCkEdMeL guy. Yeah. A couple of things. There's reactions going on now. Let me close out some of these windows. Let me clear some of the space up here. And I don't know if we'll do calls. You guys let me know how you feel. We're already an hour and 30 in, so I can leave it for another time unless people want to call. I saw the Facebook group and some people are reacting, and some people feel that this guy has been held against his will. I mean, it is weird. I couldn't imagine sitting voluntarily for 3 days or plus in the police station. Some people feel that his rights have been violated. Somebody was saying, I listened to the news conference. For real, what is Rhoda's angle? She asks no questions about Codi, only the father, how the father is treated. Suspects can be held for 72 hours before being charged. Mr. Bigsby did not ask for a lawyer. His sister got him one. Please stop this mess. Somebody made here a really interesting post too on Facebook. Somebody said, any vet you know with high ranks like that are broken down and rebuilt to deal with the most traumatic stuff we could ever deal with. They are trained for interrogations, trained to deal with traumatic stress situations, period. So the basic ways to break a person down and get information out of them is not going to work with a 21-year vet. That's why the answer to any question in regards to lawyers and stuff like that, his response was, that man is very intelligent. He knows what's going on. That's what I'm saying too. We have no idea what's going on behind the scenes. He might be cocky. He might be like, yo, this doesn't faze me. It has no effect on me. And just because he's there talking doesn't mean that maybe he's giving the information that he wants to give to them. Let me see if there's anything else. And there's veterans commenting on the Facebook group. Cory Bigsby is used to trauma and trained to deal with trauma. He know the playbook. The chief said he a retired Army high ranking. Everyone is so emotional they forget logic. And somebody said too, make it make sense. So the dad left the kids home alone together and they stayed. But on 131, Codi opened the door at 2 a.m. and walks out and shuts the door. So they're trying to say that all these other times the kids are there, these kids never leave or open the door by themselves and leave. And now Codi leaves. And what do you think about, I don't know, maybe you guys want to do the chat? Maybe I'll run a little poll. Oh, no problem, BL. I don't have any stake in that story, like as far as who did what or whatever. I've never covered it, so I can't pretend. Let me just ask this real quick. Calls. And usually it's not that many calls, so the calls don't have to be long. You ask me. Or you answer the poll. I don't know what I just said. Bum, bum, bum. And anybody know how many bedrooms the apartment was that Cory was living in? Because I want to look at the floor plan, but I don't know how many bedrooms it was. Or I guess I could just look it up. Yeah, I could just look it up. And let me get the. Oh, thank you, Katie, for the members chat. Aj Hadsel's murder case is in trial right now in Southampton, Virginia. She's a friend of our family. It's been almost 8 years since her murder. Wow. Please, prayer, condolences. I don't know if I've heard of that. You guys want to do calls? Looks like we do. All right, let's do some calls. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. There were some good calls yesterday. Oh, and what I was going to ask is, what do you think about what the police chief said about, I don't know, any 4-year-old that's going to open the door and walk out? When I was talking to TR this morning, I think TR, or I think it was her, or I don't know. Somebody was telling me that they know 4-year-olds that would. I can tell you, my daughter, there's no way in hell, not right now, she's 5, that she would just walk out in the middle of the night. She's too scared for that. she ain't getting up and just walking out at 2 a.m., 3 a.m. Bye, Dad. It's just not going to happen. But, you know, everybody's different. Kids are different. A lot of other kids, they're more, I was going to say rambunctious. Anybody know what the rambunctious always brings a case to my mind? Rambunctious, it's a weird word. Call in studio. Can't type. I'm going to check real quick too if there's any other updates. I really would like some insight to this guy Cory, just as far as like his characteristics. Maybe this whole thing is not even phasing him. Those 3 days or whatever. Maybe it's like a cakewalk to him. I wonder if I have to renew this. Hold on real quick. Well, let's just do it. All right, I'm going to call into the line. I'm going to mute myself. And I'm going to find out the floor plan thing.
Thank you for calling Call-In Studio. Host. You are now in the host room and can manage your callers from the Call-In Studio web interface.
Okay, so if you want to call, 954-787-3009. And after the stream, I'm going to take the time to timestamp some of the things so people that are rewatching, you can pick what you want to watch. Just Jazzy, so much we still don't know. Hoping they find this baby. Thank you so much for being a member and for the members chat. And let me make sure I didn't miss any super chats. Job for 9. Thank you so much for the super chat. They're saying Rana's live. Oh, that was earlier. And thank you for being on Discord and a server booster as well. Amazing. Thank you. Susan from NJ, thank you so much for the super chat. Torina Rivas, thank you for the super sticker. And Sister Sherry doing stuff. Thank you so much for the super chat. And I've seen you around a lot too, so thank you for the support. All right, let me take this call while I look up the address floor plan. 518, how you doing? Where are you calling from?
Yes, hi. I'm calling from New York. How are you?
Hey, good. Welcome. Thanks for calling.
Thank you. Thank you. I just wanted to say a couple of things in regards to the father. I was military. I'm a veteran as well. And,
thank you for your service.
Absolutely no problem. And I just wanted to say a lot of the training that we go through, even he was the E7, a lot of it is MOS related, job related, and leadership training. So it's not like, you know, something to where is in this case here to where it's like he can't be questioned or he wouldn't break down type of a thing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I just wanted to also say in regards to like the PTSD. Also, there's all kinds of type of different PTSD. Like myself, I have MST PTSD from the military.
What is that?
I'm retired. Well, it's military sexual
Oh,
trauma.
sorry. Okay, wow.
That I have no, but I get paid from the military because of it, and it doesn't cause me to do any harm to my kids that I have. I have younger kids. You know, PTSD doesn't. If you have PTSD, doesn't mean that it will cause you to harm your kids or do something. You know,
Right.
do something in that type of way. So I don't, you know, even if he does have PTSD, it's not an excuse to say, oh, you know, that's why something happened to the child or you know, whatever. But I just wanted to kind of, you know, make that clear. I'm still a functional person with PTSD, you know, and I did tours to Iraq as well.
Oh wow.
It doesn't cause
Thank
a
you.
person to have that type of a trauma where they will abuse a child. A lot of times when we sign up for the military, they don't do psychological tests. Some people are already like that, like you know what I mean? There's criminals in the military. You know, it's a job you go to, and you can't. The military doesn't how can I say doesn't make a difference between, you know, if this person is crazy, or you just have to have a clean criminal record, and some of them will take you with a criminal record as long as it's not like too offensive.
Right.
But I just wanted to say that, and also wanted to say in regards to the sister, I think the sister focuses not on finding the child. Her focus seems to be more on the father not getting his rights. His rights were violated. To me, she's looking more of a distraction of, you know, maybe a lawsuit or something, and not sitting here trying to figure out exactly what happened to the kid. And the father leaving the kids at that age home alone is very alarming and concerning.
Yeah, they're very young.
You know,
and a lot of people are saying the
Yeah.
same kind of criticism you are, as far as like there seems more concern about the brother than the child, as far as like the search and stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't, you know, I don't know where, but people are saying that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand. I mean, if I was in that situation, my number one concern would be, where is the kid? The father needs to answer his story. It doesn't make sense. And who knows, he could have been leaving the kids at home late at night by themselves, and the little boy may have woken up. And I'm going to tell you one thing I know, too. In the military, there's a lot of people that leave their kids home alone because you have to have a family care plan. And I know he's not in the military anymore, but it's a thing. It's a thing.
One of the cases I covered, there was a lady that was doing that. She was leaving the kid at home. I mean, she killed the child too, but I don't know what her situation was, but the neighbors would say that the child was home all the time by themselves, and she was in the military.
Yeah, it's a thing. I had a soldier that did that. I helped the soldier say, you know, you cannot do that. You cannot leave kids at home. You know, if you have no family care plan, just, you know, there's ways to go about it. If you have no family care plan, then you do the paperwork to get out. You don't leave kids alone, home alone,
Right.
especially at that age.
Well,
you know
thank you so
I mean?
much for your call. Yeah, I appreciate it, and giving some of your insight as to like with the military and and some of the PTSD, the various different PTSDs, and that doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna go kill your child or whatever. And again, thank you for your service.
Thank you. Love your
All
show.
right. Love you too. Take care. Bye.
Bye. You too.
Okay. Sorry, I think I lost somebody, but let me take, there's two other calls. There is a video, Jasmine, thank you for sending me the link, of this guy, Cody, appearing in court. So we're going to take a look at that in a second too. Don't leave, no te vaya. Okay. 757, how you doing? Where you calling from? Virginia.
Hi, I'm actually calling from Georgia. Well, I'm calling from Georgia. I was just texting in Virginia for so long, and I just kept my number.
Cool. Thank you for calling.
So I just want. Oh yeah, no problem. I look at your show all the time. You do wonderful work.
Thank you.
So I just want to caveat on the last caller's comments about Bigsby. I was stationed with Bigsby.
You
in
were?
Virginia. Yes, me, my husband, and a couple of friends of ours, we were stationed with him, and first of all, I retired after 23 years, so I don't knock nobody's MOS, but,
Well, thank you for your service as well.
Combat arms.
Okay.
Oh, thanks for your support.
Yeah.
I don't knock nobody's, job, but, he wasn't in a combat arms MOS. And just like the caller said,
He wasn't in combat, you said.
No, he was in combat, but he wasn't in a combat arms MOS.
What does
Where
that
like
mean?
you on the front lines fighting and all of that stuff.
Okay. Okay.
Like a scout, infantryman, stuff like that. He did deploy. I deployed as well. I deployed 5 times, but I wasn't in a combat arms MOS. So, that's what I mean by he was in combat. He did deploy, but not like an infantryman or a scout or anything like that.
Okay.
But I was stationed with him, and it was very, very shocking to see this happening. But another thing too with the mother, everybody keeps saying, where is she? Where is she? I don't know her,
Right.
don't know who she is. But if she's stationed in DC, then 9 times out of 10, she's in a job where her face can't be plastered all over the news and the internet. When you're in DC, 9 times out of 10, you're stationed at the White House or, on the president's detail, something like that. And you can't be plastered all over the internet or the news. But that doesn't mean that she's not, actively working behind the scenes for her child. Just to put it out there, I know everybody's like, oh, if it was my child, because trust me, I say the same thing. But I've also, I just retired last year, so I also know, the intricacies of the Army. So I just want to put that out there because it kind of bugs me when people is like, well, where is she? Why she ain't doing this? Why she ain't doing that? We just don't know her situation. And of course we all like to say I would, but you don't know what you would do until you're actually in that situation. But yeah, so that's all I wanted to say, and I thank it, for your coverage. And you be blessed.
Can I ask you something real quick too? What was your interactions like him? Like, did you actually talk with him, or he was just like from afar? You never really spoke with him, or?
I mean, I don't like humans, so I really didn't interact that often.
Yeah.
But but from what I could see and from what interactions with him from other people, I was a different we were both 88 series, but we were both different parts of the 88 series. So my interaction with him was not like up close and personal. We were actually in 2 different companies. And the person that I know, personally that was in the same company as him, he was just an easygoing guy. He was quiet. He never really caused any ruckus. While we were stationed together, I never known him to get in any trouble. He did his job. He took care of his soldiers. He was real quiet. So, you never know what people are doing,
of course,
when they get home or whatever the case may be. So, but, from what I know of him, he was a very quiet, guy. He didn't really, ruffle any feathers or cause any waves.
Well, thank you so much for the call. Great call, and I appreciate you giving that perspective. Because we really don't know much about the mother. So, thank you.
Oh, no problem. Thanks for taking my call.
All right, thanks. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Great call. All right. Let me take this person, 972, and thank you for holding. I appreciate it. 972, how you doing? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Dallas, Texas.
Hey, welcome, Texas.
Hey, I just want to call and give like a personal experience that happened to me. A couple of years ago, I got home probably around 10 o'clock at night. I lived in one of the major apartment complex in Dallas. And there was this little girl sitting outside with this gentleman, and he kind of looked at me when I walked up and said, is this your little girl? And I was like, no, she's not my little girl. So long story short, I ended up keeping her for a couple of hours, called the police. Finally, her parents came out kind of frantic, kind of looking for her. She was around 4 years old, and she had actually, unlocked the door and was out in the parking lot just kind of, on her own at night. So I know that it is possible for kids that age to do things like that. Because like I said, it happened with me personally. And I just kind of want my insight on it.
Thank you. How old do you think she was about?
She was 4.
4. Oh, she was 4. Okay. All right. There you go. Well, thank you. Any thoughts on this story with Codi? Or?
I'm just hoping and praying that his father didn't do anything to him, but at this point it's been too long. I just don't know.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you.
Praying for him, everything. Not a problem.
All right.
Have a good day and love what you do.
Thank you. Bye. Okay. Great calls. That was good. Good calls, man. I really appreciate you guys calling, contributing. I want to show you guys this clip too that Jasmine sent me. I'll put it right here.
At 13 News Now at noon is back. We are following the latest in the investigation into missing 4-year-old Codi Bigsby. Just before noon, Hampton Police gave their latest update in the search for the little boy. Let's toss things over to Dan Kennedy now. So Dan, what do we know so far?
Well, Ashley, we are seeing new details in this case every day. You know, parts of the investigation that you need to know about here. Of course, 4-year-old Codi was reported missing at 9 Monday morning by his father, Cory, who's becoming a key character in all this. Now, when police started investigating the 4-year-old's disappearance, they said that Cory's timeline was not accurate.
Yeah, please, if you guys could hit like, I'd appreciate it. And thank you guys for joining. Good afternoon. Appreciate it.
Up. So then that led police to describe Cory Bigsby as a person of interest on Wednesday. Important to note here, Bigsby had been at police headquarters voluntarily all week answering questions. And we just heard from the police chief not too long ago saying he was aware of his rights and never asked for an attorney. Now, as part of this investigation, Hampton Police started ramping up searches. And we're not just talking about on the ground. We're talking about by air, by water, and they also needed background info on Cory Bigsby. And they asked the public to come forward with any of that information. Cory confessed to leaving his children alone on 2 separate occasions, and that led police to arrest him last night on 7 felony child neglect charges. He made this virtual court appearance this morning. And Casey Baylor is joining us live now. So Casey, what have we learned about these charges that he is facing, not necessarily in regards to the son's disappearance?
Right, Dan, you mentioned those 2 instances in which Cory is accused of leaving his children alone. These court documents show that those 2 instances happened within the last 2 months, one recently within the last week. Now, it also states police interviewed Cory Bigsby the day he reported his son, 4-year-old Codi Bigsby, missing. And then that's where these court documents say he confessed to leaving his children unsupervised. Now, according to this criminal complaint, Bigsby told police he left his 4-year-old and twin 2-year-olds alone for more than 3 hours on December 13th so that he could buy a vehicle in Norfolk. Police also say he left them home again alone with his 5-year-old on January 25th for about 2 hours to visit several locations. Now, both times the children were without any adult supervision. He told police the children were, quote, too much of a burden to take with him when he leaves his home.
And of course, you shouldn't do this, but this is not like a crazy, like that crazy, but they're young. You shouldn't do this, but clearly to me it's like they're just getting whatever they can to hold him in there, to arrest him.
Now this morning we spoke with Bigsby's lawyer, Jeffrey Ambrose, and Ambrose says he is still waiting to speak with Bigsby.
I was told that he was not going to be provided my card when I gave it to officers. I was advised that he would not be told that counsel was present to speak with him, and he would not be told that an attorney had been retained by his family on his behalf.
Ambrose also told us he plans to sit down with Bigsby this afternoon. Now, Bigsby is expected to appear in court again on Tuesday. We're live in Hampton. I'm Casey Baylor for 13 News Now.
Okay, Casey, thank you. And not too long ago, Hampton Police Chief Mark Talbot provided an update on the investigation into Codi's disappearance. Allison Basil continues our team coverage. So, Allison, what did the chief say?
Casualty Chief Mark Talbot tells us this is easily one of the most comprehensive investigations that he has ever been a part of, and he tells us the investigation will only get more intense from this point. Now, yesterday, he says police arrested Cory Bigsby, Cody's father, and charged him with 7 counts of felony child neglect. And like Casey mentioned, those incidents do not pertain to the search for Cody. Chief Talbot says police became more and more concerned and lose a little bit of hope each day that passes without a sign of Cody. Cory's attorney, Jeffrey Ambrose, tells me and Casey that police denied him the chance to see Cory Thursday afternoon, and once his family retained Ambrose as an attorney. Chief Talbot says Cory is a 43-year-old man who is aware of his rights and at no time asked for a lawyer when he was at police headquarters voluntarily. Police say the search will continue.
We have many interviews to conduct. We still have areas to search, and we have many leads to follow. We will not stop here with this arrest.
So, I don't even know. I don't know what to think about these people. Now they're saying, somebody posted on Facebook that now the sister of Cory on the father's side, which is the other aunt to Cody, saying that the mom could have fit the description that Jessica gave regarding the Starbucks. Make it make sense. She apparently didn't get here until Monday night too. Sick of the lies. So they're saying the mother could have fit the description that this lady saw at Starbucks, or the lady alleging that she saw Cody at Starbucks. I don't know. But I would just think that they should be able to pull up cameras. They should be able to track it down. Somebody said the aunt always having a story for everything. I don't know. It's a mess, man. So I think that's it for now. Let me just do a quick sweep. Cody's still missing. I mean, that's one of the most important things. He's still missing. Where is he at? All this time, since the 31st that we think of. It could be even longer. We don't really know. Cody. Check my emails one more time. Weave, not dreads. Yeah. What is the minimum age a child can be left home alone? I believe there is the minimum. I don't know. I don't even know if there's an official thing for that. Is there a thing for that? Thank you, Dreadhead. Appreciate the super chat, man. My man, Ick. What's up, man? How you doing? Hope you're doing great today. Incredible that Cody's still missing. And there's a whole bunch of people searching for him. Let me check real quick, too. The updates from the 757. No, they're at the press conference as well. They've been doing their searches. I wonder what happened with Tisha. Tisha hasn't been posting, really. Nothing. Young Goda. Update on Cody's search. Let's hear this. This is a 3-minute video. Let's hear this real quick, just to see on the ground.
All right. So an update with they had the press conference at 12 o'clock. There
maybe it's the same information.
More information shared other than what we already knew.
12 and 13.
The search continues.
There's a minimum in some places. Oh, that's interesting. I need to look that up.
We're out here, our strategy, our focus is now getting the word out, because even we canvassed by Buckrow Beach today and people still don't know that it's a missing baby. So just making sure people know, and if they have the Ring cameras, things like that, to call the FBI lines. We have flyers, but I want to thank everybody, get up here and just thank everyone who donated. Like, the love and support and the togetherness that has came, for baby Cody and to bring him home is amazing. But I want y'all to see that. Okay, so people who have been donating, we have waters, We have ponchos to protect us against the rain, Gatorade, snacks. So I just want to show you where your donations are going and just thank you so much.
Thank you, Jules.
For all the work that y'all been doing. We have
Jules,
teams now
thank you.
that are canvassing a couple of areas behind the woods. And we're, like I said, going door to door in the neighborhoods that we haven't gone in or the police haven't gone in to make sure that people know that there's a child missing.
Yeah, it's per state, but some states don't have any, apparently. Some states have them, some states don't have an age minimum. I mean, it's kind of really hard to find anything on it, honestly. I see this one. There's like an image here. Some states, I don't know if this is outdated or not. 8 to 10 should not be left at home for more than an hour and a half. Only during daylight or early evening hours. 11 to 12. By state, some 12. Florida's none. Texas, none. I don't know. That's a weird one I never even thought to look up. Colorado, 12.
One of the young ladies, our teams, they went out to Harris Teeter, and it was just amazing how that tip came in that really moved the investigation forward. So we're excited about the community support that we're getting.
No more common sense.
To bring them home. All right, so I just wanted to give you an update on everything that's going on. If anyone wants to volunteer, we're on the corner of Andrews Boulevard and Old Buckrow Road, in a parking lot next to the shopping center. So if you want to volunteer, we're out here. There's different organizations that are out here coming together. Just people, mothers, aunties coming out because they were moved. So we'll be out here. I believe there's several different shifts of people who are canvassing. We're not doing any more night canvassing for safety reasons.
The night thing is tough. I've had the thought, okay, and I've actually gone out to different places at night, just kind of exploration type of thing, but clearly, like, nighttime is the worst time. You should not go at night to try to like search for something or somebody. It's just the visibility and maybe dangerous too. I don't know. It's just harder to see things, easier to miss things. It's not good.
And for those,
I mean, the effort is amazing, but I'm just saying, in my own personal experience, it's not nighttime search is not good. I mean, I get to like the urgency because, maybe he's out there somewhere or whatever, but
wondering, the police they're closing up their command center over here. They moved everything out, like the command bus. There's a tent there and a couple of police cars, but it looks like they're pretty much wrapping up. So
yeah, you guys definitely check out the CodiAlert in the links. I put it there. I think it's a great cause that I don't know who the originator was of that, the CodiAlert, the idea, but I think it's a great idea. And in the polls on YouTube, a lot of people are saying they're down for that. Like they should have some sort of alert, make something for the kids at least, even if it doesn't fit into that criteria of an Amber Alert.
So our focus again is to canvass, go door to door, make sure neighbors and businesses know about the missing child, know about Codi missing. All right, so I love y'all. Be encouraged and hit me up if you have any questions. Bye.
All right. Yeah, I think that kind of wraps it up for the updates today. BLM 757. Oh, they organized it? Oh, okay. Well, that's dope. I think that's a good cause and idea that the CodiAlert, I don't know if it's just for that state. Let's see. If it's just for Virginia. Oh yeah, you're right. BLM 757 started the petition. I think that's a good idea. CodiAlert, Team Codi. Yeah, that needs to. I can understand, like, maybe teenagers, because teenagers are always running away and stuff, and so there'd be constant alerts, and then a lot of them actually do get found. Some don't, of course, but like for certain ages, especially kids, toddlers, you know, like a couple of years old, you know, like, you need an alert, man. These kids an alert. These people are on their phone all day long anyway, including myself. Oh, the gold car. I don't know what happened with that, Wani. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't heard anything else from that as far as the gold car. I'm browsing Facebook a little bit just to kind of see what else the chatter is, because there's a really big Facebook group. Picture of the Cory Bigsby new home. They're showing pictures of the home. Yeah, we haven't heard nothing about the girlfriend. People are wondering who was the guy when Rhoda was doing the interview. Who was the guy in the olive jacket that he was aggressive, saying something along the lines, and I might let her answer the next one. Ooh, yo, is the reporter slapping back? Check this out real quick. If you're still here, I always do that. Like, all right, guys, bye, and then we're still here. All right, bye. Thank you for all the likes and the mods, yo. Thank you so much, Jasmine, BL. I don't know who else is here. It might just be you two. I think it's just BL right now. I think Jasmine's still here too. Yeah, thank you so much, because we've been over 2 hours. I normally don't like to go that long, but check this out real quick too. By the way, for those of you who watched, several community activists were in the crowd for that news conference. Many of the questions asked, I always say ask, I just say ask. I don't say asked. People get on me all the time. You don't pronounce it. Thanks, Jazz. Asked. And statements made to police chief did not come from journalists. We hold ourselves to a different standard, reporting standard, and one that doesn't involve shouting statements and speculation. Woo! The reporters got upset. No, I think we're done with the calls, because I didn't see any other calls coming in, so I just closed it out. I closed it out. I waited for a couple of minutes, but then I closed it out. Look up the law in Virginia, because I did. With regards to the minimal age, did they say something for Virginia? That's a good question. Okay, let's see something. Minimum age, Virginia. I didn't think about that. I should have looked up Virginia. They don't set a specific age where a child can legally stay home alone. Fairfax County. Virginia, there's no laws for how long a child can be left home alone. They have an age guideline, though. Looks like. I don't know. Thank you, Anna. Appreciate you being here. Ozzy, Rianne, Mimi, Melinda. Yeah, the reporter's mad. They didn't get to ask all the questions. Dan Kennedy. We hold ourselves to a different reporting standard, and one that doesn't involve shouting statements and speculation. All right. I feel like maybe they feel the pressure too. Like, hey, who are these people coming over here? This is our job, whatever. I wouldn't have kept like going at the chief like over and over and over, but I think it was really cool that they were there though. Floral says, is his sister out looking for Codi? Probably not, only talking to the media. Thank you for the super chat. I heard, well, she's claimed, I believe, that she's out there. I think that she might be with the official search. I believe. I heard that somewhere. I don't know if it's true. Because there's the official search that has a limited amount of volunteers. And then there's the secondary searches by BLM 757. I believe they're organizing it. 90s. So, but yeah, man, I guess that's it. Thank you guys so much for joining the stream. All right, you guys have a good day. Be safe, man. Try to be healthy, especially this day and age with all this craziness going on. People getting sick everywhere. Now they said they got a super AIDS strain now. There's a new version of the AIDS or something like that. AIDS strain. I was like, damn. Super strain. What? A lot of different things going on. Or HIV. Highly virulent HIV strain. Well, they said now no cause for alert. Makes people ill twice as quickly. I don't know. Yeah, no, I totally agree, Amber. Yeah. Well, yeah, we could look at all the different states and the ages, but yeah, 5 years old to take care of these younger kids. No, that's not right. But I believe a lot of people probably do that, but that's just way too young. Single life. Hashtag single life. HIV. My bad. No, HIV. If you should check it out sometime. Super strain. Just type in super strain HIV. Check it out when you have a little bit of time. I know we're so used to the other one, the other strains and all that stuff, but now they're saying some new thing with HIV. I don't know. Was that a South Park thing? They predicted that? I feel like the weed got strong and everything else followed. Yeah, I can't even, whatever it is people doing these days, that in particular, I can't. I don't smoke regularly or anything like that, but if I'm with somebody, 1 or 2 puffs, maybe. In a controlled environment, man. I can't be out in public with that kind of stuff. Super bees. Oh my God. No, I appreciate you guys, man. Appreciate you coming through. What is this? Yeah, more stuff with the story. All right, yeah, I'm gonna head out, man. Thank you guys. Love you. Peace. Adios. Take care. Who knows? We'll be back later or another video. I don't know. All right. Thank you. Have a great day. Hit like on the way out. Subscribe. Turn on the bell notifications. Peace.